Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa. I am a lawyer and an illustrator, and in this video I just want to give you guys 3 tips to really help you navigate the rest of your semester or the rest of your year or the rest of your degree. So let's get started. Tip number 1, manage your mind. Okay, I once heard that stress is not about all you have to do, but what you think about all you have to do. Now, a lot of you probably believe that where you're wasting your time is on things like binge watching series or playing video games or scrolling through cat memes. Guilty. In actual fact, a lot of your time is being wasted on things like fear, anxiety, worry, stress. The way to kind of curb this or work towards curing this problem is to really start managing your mind. You need to realize that you may not be in control of your circumstances, but you are always in control of your mind. And just because you feel something so intensely, that does not take away your power to decide differently from how you feel. Okay, so if you're feeling so overwhelmed by this assignment that you need to do and you're like, I don't even know where to start, that does not take away your power to actually sit down, show up, and do the work. Really invest in mind management and learning how to really capture those thoughts like the Bible encourages us to do, to really renew your mind towards school and the work that you have to do. So tip number 2 is to learn things properly the first time. Now, one of my favorite quotes is to never let school get in the way of your education. So many people are sacrificing their lives, okay, on the altar of the A or the distinction or the summa cum laude. Now, those things are great, don't get me wrong, but they cannot be your primary focus. Getting the grade should never be the thing that you're aiming towards. It's not about the grade, it's about the knowledge. The knowledge is the most important thing. But the thing is, school doesn't really differentiate, on how you acquire the grade. They just praise you getting the grade. So it's an artificial system that allows you to kind of cram your way through in order to make the grade. But what you need to understand is that thinking is not going to get you through life. You may be able to cram your way through school, but you can never cram your way through life any more than you can cram your way through on a farm. Because these are natural systems that operate on natural principles, okay? So when you're learning information, you need to learn it with the intention of you're absorbing that information and you're going to be called upon to kind of regurgitate that in a practical situation. So you're learning with the intent to be able to apply in real life scenarios. And sometimes you learn things that you're really like, I don't even imagine under what circumstances I would need to use this. Happens all the time. But you need to understand the mere act of training yourself to correctly learn and master things is a skill in and of itself, one that will be invaluable to you as you go through your life, So no learning is ever wasted. So when you're in class, really pay attention. Ask questions where you don't understand. Learn to read and take notes effectively, ways that allow you to really absorb the information. Third and final tip is to time block. So you may have heard of this, but in essence, what it is you sit down and you create your to-do list of all the things that you need to get done for the week. So I prefer to do my planning on a weekly basis. And so you take your to-do list and you sit down with your calendar. I personally prefer Google Calendar. I think it's easier, but you can use whatever calendar works for you. So you punch your to-do items into specific times during the week when you're going to do those things or work towards getting those things done. Now, the tricky part is sticking to it. Am I right or am I right? So one thing that can really, really help you in this regard is to understand that when it is time to do that task that you sat down and decided that, we're going to allocate this time to do it, when that time comes, your brain is going to give you a laundry list of reasons as to why it is a terrible idea to do that task in that particular time. So what you can do is when you're doing your planning, also plan for the fact that your brain is going to, give you that laundry list. It's going to come up with all the excuses as to why let's not do this. Let's rather do that. I'm tired. I'm hungry. So that when it's happening, you recognize it. And remember what we said earlier, no matter what you're thinking or what you're feeling, that does not negate your ability to decide differently and do what needs to be done. You need to remind yourself in those moments that the decision has already been made. Do not open it up for negotiation again when it's, 5 a.m. and it's time for you to get your workout done. That is not the time to try and be deciding whether you're actually going to be doing it or not. Remind yourself that we already decided last night that we're going to get up and get this workout in, okay? So it is not up for discussion. So I hope these 3 tips have really helped you in some way, or at the very least given you something to think about. If you guys want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me mostly on Instagram at Vanessa Kaliwo, or if you want to check out my art, Vanessa Olivia Art. I believe in you guys, and I am really praying for an amazing semester and the rest of the year and the rest of your academic career. Cheers.